Hello, welcome to Imperial Truth, your source for honest and clear reporting. Here is the news for March 21, 2025.
A website called DOGE has published a searchable map displaying the names, addresses, and phone numbers of Tesla owners. The map, adorned with an image of a Molotov cocktail, has raised significant privacy concerns among the Tesla community. Owners have confirmed the accuracy of the information, prompting discussions about data security. The motive behind the website appears to be opposition to Elon Musk's policies and actions. Authorities are investigating the source of the leak and considering legal actions to protect affected individuals.
The Trump administration has come under fire for publishing Social Security numbers of living individuals in recently released documents. On March 18, 64,000 pages were made public, containing sensitive personal information. This release has sparked concerns about identity theft and privacy violations. Critics argue that the administration's actions were reckless and could lead to significant harm for those affected. The incident has prompted discussions about the need for stricter protocols by the Trump administration when handling and releasing government documents containing personal data.
A federal judge has temporarily barred DOGE from accessing Social Security Administration systems containing personal data on millions of Americans. The court found that the SSA likely violated privacy laws by granting DOGE access to sensitive information. This decision highlights the tension between government efficiency initiatives and individual privacy rights. The ruling mandates that the SSA cease sharing records with DOGE and requires DOGE to destroy any data identifying individual taxpayers. While DOGE can still access anonymized data, this limitation may impact its efforts to investigate fraud and waste.
A group of President Donald Trump supporters is exploring avenues to allow him to serve a third term, despite constitutional limitations. Strategies under consideration include proposing a constitutional amendment or leveraging legal loopholes. Critics argue that such efforts undermine the foundational checks and balances of the U.S. political system. The 22nd Amendment, ratified in 1951, explicitly limits presidents to 2 terms. Any attempt to alter this provision would require significant legislative and public support, making the prospect of a third term highly dangerous.
Minnesota Republican State Senator Justin Eichorn has been charged with attempting to solicit a minor for prostitution. Federal prosecutors allege that Eichorn engaged in explicit communications with an undercover officer posing as a 17-year-old girl. He was arrested during a sting operation and faces charges of attempted coercion and enticement of a minor. The arrest is part of a broader investigation targeting individuals attempting to exploit minors. Eichorn's case has prompted discussions about Republican lawmaker involvement with scandals involving minors over the years.
U.S. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick faced criticism after urging Fox News viewers to invest in Tesla during a live interview. Lutnick's comments raised ethical concerns about a government official promoting a specific company's stock. Critics argue that such endorsements can influence markets and may constitute a conflict of interest. The incident has sparked debates about the appropriate boundaries for public officials when discussing private enterprises. This has been interpreted by some as the secretary using his position to prompt Tesla as means to gain favor or support of Musk. The Commerce Department has not yet commented on Lutnick's remarks.
Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah has been inaugurated as Namibia's first female president. In her inaugural address, she pledged to diversify the economy and tackle high unemployment rates, particularly among the youth. She emphasized increasing investments in agriculture to boost domestic food production and ensure food security. She also aims to ensure that Namibians benefit more from the country's natural resources through value addition. Addressing inequality and high unemployment, she highlighted plans for economic diversification and job creation. Her administration will focus on maintaining high ethical standards among public servants and fighting corruption.
Argentina's largest union federation, the General Confederation of Labor, CGT, has announced a 24-hour strike on April 10 to protest President Javier Milei's economic policies. While Milei has managed to reduce the country's high inflation, unions criticize his austerity measures, which they argue have led to layoffs and a decline in consumer purchasing power. This will be the third major protest organized by the CGT against Milei's administration since he took office. The union opposes Milei's budget cuts, which include slashing public sector jobs, reducing social welfare programs, and privatizing state-run industries. CGT leaders warned that the policies disproportionately affect low-income workers and could push millions into poverty. The Argentine government, however, insists the measures are necessary to stabilize the economy and attract foreign investment.
Poland has announced plans to install 1 million landmines along its eastern border with Russia and Belarus as a defensive measure. The move is part of Warsaw's broader effort to fortify its borders amid rising geopolitical tensions with Moscow. Polish officials argue that the mines will act as a deterrent against potential Russian military aggression. The proposal has drawn criticism from human rights organizations, which warn about the long-term dangers posed by landmines. Some European Union officials have also expressed concerns, citing international agreements that discourage the use of anti-personnel mines. However, Poland maintains that its plan aligns with defensive military strategies and is necessary for national security.
A new study by the International Council on Clean Transportation confirms that electric vehicles emit significantly fewer greenhouse gases over their lifetime than gasoline-powered cars. According to the report, EVs produce between 50% and 70% less carbon dioxide than traditional combustion engine vehicles. The study analyzed emissions from vehicle production, energy generation, and operation in different global markets. The findings highlight the environmental benefits of transitioning to electric transportation, even in regions where electricity grids still rely on fossil fuels. Researchers also noted that further reductions in emissions could be achieved with advancements in battery recycling and cleaner energy sources. The report supports government incentives aimed at accelerating EV adoption worldwide.
Astronomers speculate that supernova explosions may have triggered at least 2 mass extinction events in Earth's history. A recent study suggests that cosmic radiation from nearby supernovas could have significantly altered Earth's climate and damaged its ozone layer. Researchers found traces of iron-60 isotopes in deep-sea sediments, indicating past exposure to high-energy cosmic rays. These findings support the theory that astrophysical events, such as gamma-ray bursts and supernova explosions, could have had catastrophic effects on life. Scientists continue to study how cosmic radiation interacts with Earth's atmosphere and biosphere. If confirmed, this research could reshape our understanding of the forces that have shaped the planet's evolutionary history.
Scientists have detected oxygen in the most distant and ancient galaxy ever observed, located 13.3 billion light-years away. The discovery provides crucial insights into the formation of the first galaxies after the Big Bang. Oxygen, a key element for life, was found in the galaxy's ionized gas, suggesting early star formation. This marks the earliest known presence of oxygen in the universe, reshaping theories about chemical evolution in the cosmos. Researchers believe that the first stars played a significant role in dispersing heavy elements, setting the stage for planetary and biological development. The findings could help scientists understand how galaxies evolved in the first few 100 million years after the Big Bang.
President Donald Trump has announced a plan to dismantle the Department of Education, reallocating its key functions to other federal agencies. Under this proposal, the $1.6 trillion student loan portfolio will be transferred to the Small Business Administration, while programs related to special needs and nutrition will move to the Department of Health and Human Services. Trump argues that these changes will lead to more efficient management of these programs. Critics, including education advocates and some lawmakers, express concerns that this restructuring could disrupt services for students and families. They warn that shifting responsibilities may lead to confusion and reduced oversight, potentially harming vulnerable populations. Additionally, the dissolution of the Department of Education raises questions about the federal government's role in ensuring equal access to quality education across states.
The U.S. Justice Department has filed a legal motion seeking to limit former President Donald Trump's exposure to lawsuits related to the January 6 Capitol riot. The department argues that Trump's actions fell within the scope of presidential duties, potentially granting him immunity. The move has reignited debates over executive accountability and legal protections for former presidents. Legal experts are divided on whether Trump should be shielded from liability in civil cases stemming from the insurrection. Plaintiffs, including Capitol Police officers and members of Congress, claim that Trump incited the attack.
Columbia University has announced new policy adjustments in response to threats from the Trump administration regarding federal funding. The administration has criticized the university's diversity and inclusion programs, claiming they discriminate against conservative students. Columbia officials say they are reviewing policies to ensure compliance while maintaining their commitment to academic freedom. Critics argue that the administration's actions amount to political interference in higher education. Faculty members worry that the changes could undermine efforts to promote equity and inclusion on campus. The administration's threats of withholding funds plays into a larger scheme to attempt and control institutions throughout the U.S.
MMA fighter Conor McGregor has declared his candidacy for the presidency of Ireland, promising to prioritize national security and economic growth. McGregor, known for his outspoken personality, aims to run as an independent, positioning himself as a champion of Irish sovereignty. His announcement has sparked a mix of excitement and skepticism, with critics questioning his political experience. Political analysts believe McGregor's celebrity status could boost voter turnout, particularly among younger demographics. However, opponents argue that his controversial past, including legal issues and inflammatory social media posts, could hinder his campaign. Ireland's presidential election is scheduled for later this year.
A major U.S. law firm has committed $40 million in pro bono legal services to defend Trump administration officials facing legal battles. The firm is offering representation in lawsuits and investigations related to the former administration's policies. This move comes after Trump threatened the security clearances of the lawyers that have represented government entities before. Critics argue that providing free legal assistance to former officials could undermine accountability for controversial policies. The firm has emphasized that its decision is based on defending government service rather than political ideology.
A group of demographers and scientists suggest that the global population may be significantly different from current estimates. Their research, based on satellite imaging and revised census methodologies, indicates that some regions may be undercounted while others may be overestimated. The findings suggest that some developing countries might have larger populations than previously thought, while industrialized nations may have overreported numbers due to outdated census methods. The United Nations has not yet officially revised its global population estimates but has acknowledged the study's potential significance.
The Trump administration has announced plans to revoke the temporary protected status for approximately 530,000 immigrants from Cuba, Haiti, Nicaragua, and Venezuela. This decision, effective April 24th, reverses a policy that granted these individuals temporary legal status due to conditions of their country. The administration argues that the program exceeded legal boundaries and that conditions in the home countries have improved sufficiently for return. Immigrant advocacy groups and some policymakers criticized the move, stating that it could lead to mass deportations and family separations. They emphasize that many of these individuals have established deep roots in U.S. communities over the years. The decision also raises concerns about the potential impact on the U.S. labor force, particularly in industries where these immigrants play vital roles.
Tesla's CEO has privately urged Elon Musk to step away from political controversies, warning that his involvement could harm the company's reputation. Internal sources claim that investors have expressed concerns over Musk's political statements, which have led to boycotts and stock volatility. Musk has been a vocal figure in political debates, frequently clashing with regulators and critics on social media. Some analysts believe that his political activism is alienating potential customers and investors. Whether Musk will heed the advice remains uncertain, but Tesla's leadership is reportedly preparing for major fallout.
Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. You can also follow us on our other socials, links in the description box below. Thank you again.